Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. Today is Wednesday, August 20th. Holy crap, what an awesome few days of trading. This is exactly, if you guys watched my video from Sunday, well, don't pause this video just yet. Wait till the end. But I highly recommend to go back onto my Sunday where I give kind of my weekly breakdown of what I'm kind of expecting in the marketplace for this coming week. And if you watch that entire video, one, I give you guys a really good understanding of what I am looking for with the volume profile on my setups. I thought that was extremely helpful from that video on Sunday. And I give you guys some thoughts on the market as to what I would need to see the market do to start generating, for me, setups. And wow, did the market absolutely just it was great. It rebalanced a lot of the volume that was sitting below where price action was pretty much ranging for a good amount of time, and exactly what I stated in that video on Sunday, that if we get some good retracements in the market, which we obviously did over the last 2 days, it would open up just a bunch of volume, and that is how I find these clues in the marketplace, these tradable levels. I mean, let me just take a look at the NQ before we get into this video. All right, so first video came out on Sunday, somewhere around here. Gave you guys a level at 23,916. Great rejection off of this level. You could see that this is the 60-minute chart. Okay, you could see the rejection and the amount of reactions that we got from this level. We finally broke through this level. The second level that I gave you, 23,806. Where was the reaction on the NQ? Exactly at the level. It bounced all the way up. This was over a 200-point move off this tradable level. One tradable level on the chart. And today we got the obviously big spike to the downside. We had another tradable level at 23,642. And again, this was, this is on the 60-minute. But if you take a look at this on your 1 minute or 5 minute chart, this thing retraced back a good 40, 45 points on the NQ. Another great tradable level. Literally, I had it circled, but it's kind of hard to see it when the chart's on the higher time frame. But barely any drawdown on the right there. We finally came down. The other tradable level I gave you, 23,459. Where did we see the reaction at? Right at the level. You can't make this up. You cannot make this stuff up. So I'm going to, and we took a boatload of trades over the last couple of days. So I want to go over all of the trades, all of the signals. I've got a lot of updated weekly bands that we're going to edit together here. I got a bunch of them that I got to change here. Obviously, with the new price action, we've got new levels. We've got new tradable levels that will hopefully give your Thursday and Friday of this week trading the ES and the NQ an advantage. Coming up right after the intro. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that is put out there is at risk for loss. All right, so we got to update these weekly bands here. And I'm sad that I even have to delete some of these tradable levels. They were so damn precise. But we got to move on. We've got to now see what the... take a look and see, obviously, what the market has done today and yesterday. Really big move. Today, obviously, we had FOMC minutes. And I forgot to give you this last one. This is the best one right here. I mean, come on. This was at 10 a.m. this morning. I mean, an absolute, complete dump to the downside. Where did we get the absolute rejection? 23,050. Go back to my video on Sunday. I'm telling you guys, I give you guys 3 videos, Sunday, Monday, and then obviously the following Sunday. Just take the tradable levels, put them on your charts, put the bands, put them on your charts, see what happens. It's all volume. Volume doesn't lie. This was a 300-point move right from this tradable level. 300 points. All right, so let's start from... All right, I think I'm going to start from bottom to top. I think it'll be easier. So this first band that we have down here, we're going to change this band. I have it 23,111 to 23,033. All right, so that band now obviously gets updated right here by tradable level. It was nice. It was nice having you there. It was actually the backbone of the entire NQ for today. All right, so that was the first band. That's our new weekly band. Pretty much 300 points from where price action is currently at, which obviously the market was great. All right, 23,111 down to 23,033. Hey guys, and we still have this. We still got a tradable level down here at 22,984. We got a weekly band at 22,899. We got another tradable level at 22,866. Okay, well, those are, price action hasn't gone down to here, so those are kind of levels that I've had mapped out from previous, but super relevant. All right, and then this one needs to get changed here. So this band is going to be, yes, I'm excited, 23,452 down to 23,368. Okay, so sorry, tradable level, you were awesome, but you're gone. All right, and then I'll kind of, and again, this don't even look at this number here, this 23,424. I know I've explained this in every video. I kind of hope we just blow through these levels so I don't have to see this this little ghost line that I cannot get removed for nothing in the world. Anyways, all right, so we got 23,452 down to 23,368. All right, buy tradable level, you were really good to us. 23,459, you're gone. All right, let's make the next update. So we've got 1, 2, 3. This one is going to be, I think what I want to do, oh, I got that one, 2406, yeah, I got that one. So then I think I can delete this guy and then just edit this guy. All right, so we are at 23,733 down to 23,638. Boom. This tradable level, you were really good to me. Really, really good to me right there. You're out. These two levels right here, man, these are just, I mean, dang. This stuff excites me. All right, so this is, and this was to 984, 982. Okay, that works. That works. All right, so let me see if I can break these down just a little bit. So these are the four weekly bands that we have for remaining for Thursday and Friday. Again, these are where you're going to see your bigger reactions, and these are going to be some serious volume where you're going to see it having a very hard time getting right through it. Obviously, if you're in some high impact news, tariff, FOMC, CPI, you know, those news events will obviously break through those, but that's usually what it takes. It takes a lot of energy to get through these levels, or I should say these bands. Now the tradable levels, those are the ones that we want to scalp around. But let me just go over the bands one more time. From top to bottom, the uppermost band is at 24,070 down to 23,982. We then have 23,733 down to 23,638. We then have 23,452 down to 23,368. And then we've got 2311 down to 23,033. That's the bottommost part of the recent price action. And I'm just going to give you this last one, 22,899 down to 22,820. Map those out. Put a box on your chart. I don't know what platform you guys are all using, but they all have it. I use kind of a highlight box through NinjaTrader, and I love it. Because then I can actually pretty much, I'll take this box, I'll add them to all of my symbols so that on my lower charts, lower time frame charts, these come up. That's the magic sauce. There is, because, you know, there's something, the higher time frame is where you want to see your big moves from. But you got to scale down to the lower time frame to actually get sniper entries like what I show you guys here on this channel all the time. All right, so now that we got our weekly bands, now let's get into some tradable levels that are upcoming. And we'll go from top to bottom. And this one's going to be right under here. So let me pop this guy in. And this is going to be... Wait, and this is going to be at 23,282. Okay, so new tradable level, 23,282, right below where price action currently is at. So should be an interesting one. 23,178, which is going to be, let's just say somewhere right around here. I think it's going to be right around this point of control, if I remember. Dotted, and this one is going to be 23,178. Yeah, it's right underneath it. So again, 23,178, and then we've got 23,635. So this one's above where price action currently is at. Actually, it's going to be right underneath this box. Those are super strong. Those are super strong. 23,635. There we go. Kind of can't see it with the other label, but oof. All right. There's the third tradable level, 23,635. All right, so that's 6 levels, tradable levels on the NQ that you got. And we've got it pretty much covered from top to bottom. All right. And again, all I recommend is take an NQ chart, map it, throw up a volume profile on there if you can on your screen. Box out the weekly bands, put in your tradable levels, and just watch what price action wants to do. All right, let's jump over to the ES. ES. So video came out somewhere right around here. Actually, I think it was right around here because we were, I think it was actually right while I was doing the video. It was very close to this level. I think we missed that level by maybe 8 ticks, so about a point and a half, 0.75, right around there. And shoop, all the way down to the tradable level I gave you at 64.25. Nice rejection off of that level. We came right back, we came finally through it. I think this was on the, again, this is 60 minutes, guys. If you go to the 1 minute, you're going to see how many reactions you get off of these levels. It's absolutely crazy. But we finally were able to break through. Where did we come right back up to? The 64.25. And we shot right back down, right into our weekly band at the 63.73. Came right back up. What did we tap right into? The 64.25. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. So I can delete that tradable level. And this 64.87 still is in play. We have not tapped into that yet. And as far as the weekly bands, I need to make 2 adjustments, I think. Nope, this one's there. 65. So this is the only one I got to adjust, really. It's right here. All right, this one is going to sit at 65.09 down to 64.64. There we go. All right, so that is our new weekly band from the top side, okay? Leaving this band still here. This one's still kind of in play. Below it, we've been talking about this one for a while. There's a tradable two levels kind of sandwiched together. It's a little difficult. I've been talking about it for a week. Hopefully we just price action comes down here and we'll see exactly what happens. 63.04 down to 63.02. Not a big fan of trading bands, but it's not the greatest sniper entry, but we should definitely see a reaction somewhere in that vicinity. As far as some new tradable levels, let's take a look at that. I got one at 64. Oh, it's right at this band. You guys are going to love this one. 64. I think I'm not going to like it about it. It might be a little difficult to see in the video, but 64.65. So it sits right above. Oh, and I did the wrong line. Sorry, can't do that. I'm super OCD when it comes to that. All right. So remember, we got the band 64.64 up to 65.09. We've got this tradable level that I gave you on Sunday that we almost tapped into. I mean, obviously we're about a point and a half away, and that was a huge rejection off of that level. So remember, 64.87.50, and this new tradable level at 64.65. Sorry, it's a little hard to see with this labeling. And then I've got one right underneath this band. So I'll just put it here so it's easier for me to see. And 63.71. Okay. Right below. 63.71. Map it out. Put it on your charts. See what happens when price action gets to there. You'll be hopefully happily surprised. All right, so we've updated the weekly bands, gave you guys the tradable levels. Now let's get into the trades. Let's get into the fun part. And it's been an exciting few days of trading. So let's start on August 17th. That was just making sure that's Monday. That is not Monday, that's Sunday. Oh, yeah, gave this Sunday night at 10:34 p.m. Interesting short setup on the NQ for the morning. If I could have a stop above 23,927, it would be an A+. Again, my A+ signals are the official signals that I put in my Discord on the trade signals. As you can see, there's a lot of TP1, TP2 hits here. So that... if it's not an A+ setup, so I rated this trade a B-, that goes just in my regular chat, in my trade signals chat. So members already kind of know what to do with those. My A+ setups are the ones that I am absolutely getting into. B-, B+, you know, those are ones that I'm definitely looking at. If I get some kind of maybe candle count confirmation, I like to get into that. So this was a short at 23,911. Okay, so just remember that one. And gave another signal or another setup that I gave it a B grade, so not an official signal, on a short on the NQ at the 23,841. Just so you guys can pop it up there. Let's see here. All right, so remember that signal that I gave you for the short, 23,841. Well, we missed that one by about a point and a half. That one really sucked because that went straight to TP1 and TP2. Would have been a fantastic trade, but unfortunately it had to, whatchamacallit, I had to invalidate that one based on that invalidation chart, based on the sweep of our entry, not getting tagged into our entry, missing it by a point or two, and then for it to go right back to my TP1 and TP2 invalidates that. So TP1, this is on a different trade that I'm going to show you guys right here. This was a beautiful trade in the morning. This was yesterday. Put a signal for a long at the 23,642. No drawdown. That's exactly what I like to see on my trade setups. And we smashed TP1 and TP2 on that trade. That was fantastic. Had a signal for a, let's see. Oh, I remember this one. So this was a signal to go long at the 23,579. We tapped in, again, very little drawdown initially, tapped into our TP1, and then went straight down to our stop loss. So not the greatest trade, only were able to capture TP1 on that trade. Let's see. This was a super signal that I had given yesterday. We were pretty much trading this thing almost the entire day. It was a long from the 64.26 targeting 64.48. Remember, my super signals are much bigger trades. All come with positive risk to reward. And I think this was later in the afternoon. Let's see. Chart of the current ES super signal. It's given an opportunity for 10 points. This was right at the entry. We got a nice bounce back for 10 points there. And then it gave us 12 points on this secondary push up from that entry. There's no surprise to me that our entry seems to be the magnet for the market. 64.13 is the last layer of volume defense the signal has. So if anyone is in this after hours, so obviously this trade pretty much ended right around our entry at the end of the market. So I pretty much told people, hey, be pretty careful, pretty cautious on this super signal after hours. And I even gave them a level that, you know, if this thing goes through this 64.33, I'm sorry, if it goes to 64.13, that it was kind of the last layer of volume that I saw on the chart. And so we had that one. This one ended up today, came right back to our entry, and then finally with the dump off, you would have gotten stop loss on there. I don't think a lot of people took obviously full stop on this one because they would have had to hold this thing overnight, and with futures it's just difficult. All right, what else we got? TP1, TP2. This is yesterday. We got an entry. Is this one? Yeah, this one was right after hours. Had a signal in the signal service at 23,401. Able to get TP1 and TP2. Fantastic trade. Super happy last night on this one because I was already up pretty good on the day. Pretty green on the day yesterday, and this one just kind of really capped the night off really nicely. And today, started off in the morning with a fantastic winner from long on a signal at 23,210. A little blurry because I got it blown up, but do you guys see any drawdown? I don't see any drawdown. That's exactly what you want. Zero heat on these trades, TP1, TP2. That's what we're finding is where the markets want to see the reaction at. And oh, this was our loss for today. So we did take one loser today that came back. This kind of looks like a 1 minute chart, I think. Either way, tapped into our, just making sure. Yeah. So this was kind of funny. Not funny because I did lose on this trade, but I was already up from the trade from the morning. Took the entry on the long here. Now, pay attention to this. So the entry was at 23,082. Stop loss was at 23,069. This thing tapped right past our stop loss and then reversed. So let's look at 23,069. Let's go to the NQ. I guess it wasn't as funny as I thought. This was a huge reaction to the upside, but yeah, maybe we came right back down. I thought it was where the big reversal was at. But this thing was a huge reversal off of that level, and that kind of just sucked. That we got stopped out, obviously, before it hit. So that was a loser for today. And this was a trade here, right almost at the close. Short signal on the NQ at 23,363. A little bit more drawdown that we'd like to see, maybe about 4 or 5 points here. TP1, TP2, pretty damn easy on that trade. I think that was it. So again, it's been a really fun day. This is what we needed. This is what I needed to see. I needed to see the retracements. I wanted to see the market rebalance a lot of the volume that's been sitting there. And then that's what gives you opportunities to find new setups. And you know, if the market is either sitting in the exact same space for a week, it's not going to give you many. It's not going to give you many levels. And if the market is ripping to the upside, it also is not, or to the downside, it's also not going to give you that many signals. Or not many clues. Volume will not give you that many clues, is what I'm trying to say. So, hey, if you guys enjoy the content, if you guys like the value that I provide, just hit the like button, man. That's all I ask. Honestly, the only thing I ask. If you guys can do that for me, that would be fantastic. If you want to learn how to trade the levels, there's a video in the description below. Shows you how to map out your levels each and every morning. And there is a video on how I incorporate volume into my trade setups. And I guess I will, wishing everybody a great Thursday and Friday of this week. And watch out for my video on Friday. Take care, everyone.